I used to eat right. I used to do every single workout. I used to do every single physio session. The injury was reoccurring, was breaking me from within. Like, why? How to listen to my own self. I used to count every calorie. I used to measure my every single workout. Eventually, I learned it in a hard way. Listen to yourself. I wanted to see what is working out best for my body. Treat your body as your friend.
Welcome to Intimate Queen podcast. This is Nelly Pools, co founder of Intimate Queen. What does it take to push your body for 17 hours straight across 3.8 kilometers of open water, 180 kilometers of cycling, and a full 42 kilometers marathon? Today's guest has the answer, not just through endurance, but through intention. Shelly Chauhan is a plant-based triathlete, a global nutrition mentor of 17 years experience, and an Ironman finisher, one of the world's toughest one-day races. She's also one half of India's first vegan Ironman couple. But beyond titles, Shelly stands for something rare. Deep alignment between what she eats, how she moves, and what she believes in. In this episode, we talk about strength without sacrifice, softness in endurance, and why even the smallest choices, like what touches your skin, can redefine how you feel in your body. Let's welcome the incredible Shelly Chauhan. So we have Shelly Chauhan with us. Shelly, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Neil.
So, what led you into the world of nutrition and then triathlons?
I think when I was quite young, I used to see a lot of people taking care of their health when they're totally broken. And I always used to question, why now, not before? And that's where I was really curious on learning nutrition to help people heal and thrive and not just survive. And talking about triathlon, Ingrid, my life partner, when he registered me for a half marathon, I had no idea what word marathon is about. And that's where I actually first time ran 21 kilometers. And ever since then, there was no looking back. And from running, gradually ventured into cycling and swimming and started enjoying edging endurance in physical and mental form and started blending the nutrition as a fuel and movement as a medicine and blending both and not only helping it to others build their health but also practicing on my own self. So I think that's how nutrition and triathlon coexisted together, like for me and for my clients as well.
Wonderful. I think that's a great combination. Being a nutrition and getting into triathlon. You know the exact balance of what to do. Is there a moment in your life when you felt disconnected from your body, and what really helped you come back?
So in 2017, I met with a bike accident, and after the bike accident, I had constant injuries in my leg, which kept my Ironman training on pause. And that was an obstacle in my goal to do an Ironman. So I used to eat right. I used to do every single workout. I used to do every single physio session. But still, I was, coming back where I was. Like every time the injury was reoccurring and it was breaking me from within. Like, why? Like I have not left any stones unturned. Why I'm constantly facing this again. So there was a point where I actually started questioning, do I think I should say goodbye to triathlon? But then it was what brought me back was actually not the effort, but how to listen to my own self, shift the mindset of embracing pain and recovery differently, and also trying to focus on listening to my body and do what is right for my own body and not just continuously pushing my own self.
Amazing. I think it's very important to know what keeps your body going. And if you have the right people around you, and if you have the right guidance, I'm sure you can uh get par with the hurdles in your life. What belief about health or your body did you had to unlearn over time?
So I always felt that being healthy means staying in control. And I think that was the biggest thing which I had to unlearn. The obsession of doing more. I used to count every calorie which I was eating. I used to weigh myself in kilos and inches. I used to measure my every single workout and movement. And being a nutritionist, I knew that I knew better. And being a triathlete, I also knew that I expect more from my body. But eventually, I learned it in a hard way that you need to also listen to yourself. It is not about just doing more or push harder. I think I had to unlearn that. I started nourishing myself more. I started fueling myself of how much I needed. I started taking rest without feeling guilty. I started movement along with rest because I wanted to see what is working out best for my body. Honoring my body, that if at all I am daily showing up for my workouts. I am clocking so many hours, 100 plus kilometers of bike rides or 3 to 5 hours swim or 42 kilometers of run. I'm daily showing up, waking up on every alarm. Then my body is supporting me. I need to honor my body. My body is not just an ornament. It's an instrument which is helping me to push and show up every single day. So I think that shift and that learning about myself, that treat your body as your friend and not just as a take it for granted, that actually helped.
I think respecting your body and listening to your body is the most important thing. And I totally agree with the kind of practices and runs that you guys do. Yeah, it's just it's not easy. So this is a question I would ask you as a woman to woman. Do you think being strong and being soft can coexist in women's life?
No doubt about it. Definitely. It is not an opposite. I think being strong and being soft together, when they are in balance, it brings power. I think being strong is not about just having the grit or fulfilling every expectation you have about your body or crossing every race finish line. It's also about to know when to pause. It's also about to be ready to ask for help when needed. It's also about not to push sometimes. And talking about softness, I think it's not weakness. When you are actually soft is like when you are empathetic, when you're resilient. I think that is where softness is born. And I think being a woman, being a triathlete, and also being a nutrition coach, I think real power actually lies when both are in balance. There was a time where actually I used to think, I used to keep asking myself, okay, do I have to push or have to slow down either? Or do I have to be strong or do I have to push further more? So these are the instances, where I actually learned that when I was the strongest, when I actually kept my softness along, and I feel I could rise better with grace and compassion because strength and softness has to go together. I think that is the beauty of it.
I think that's a wonderful message to all our women sports, enthusiasts. That softness can go together with being strong. Now, what I know about you is that you have worked with 100 plus women, right? But what is that one pattern that you've seen in how we as women we mistreat or ignore our bodies?
I think most of the women, they don't listen to their body. I think they negotiate with their body. They will ignore pain or they will push the pain. They will think that they are glorifying if they are low maintenance. They'll feel that being strong is by being silent on their needs. In our Indian culture also, I think women are wired this way. It is very important to actually slow down, not consider rest as a reward, but rather it's a need. It's a right. Being a woman, taking rest is your right. It's not a reward what you get, right? But we are wired that way. Every woman. And I talk to so many women, like they are either so much driven to look beautiful, or try to lose weight, or try to keep doing more, or trying to keep going. No, just slow down. Listen to yourself. What do you need? It is very important for you to listen what are your needs and give rest importance. I think this is what is a very missing element which I see in women, which is very, very common.
I totally agree. I think as women, we ignore a lot of things about us. Um, that's how we've been trained. But yeah, I mean, I think it's very important that we start understanding and respecting our bodies
And
and
what happens?
exploring our bodies, which is very
Correct.
important.
Exactly. And what happens in this case is, you end up stressing your own body.
Right.
Instead, you start to regulate your own self, build a relationship with your body.
Do you think these stressors does affect women's skin or hormones that actually no one talks about?
Yes, definitely. It has a lot of deep rooted impact. Like, it will first of all impact your sleep. Most important, it is impacting your skin. So, when we normally talk to your clients, the medical history, when we also give weightage to asking a lot of questions related to how is your skin health. Because the type of the skin tells a lot of things about your health. If you're constantly stressing your body on all these things, you're messing with your hormones. And if your hormones are messed up, your sleep routine is disturbed, your acne shows up, your menstrual cycle go erratic, then your mood swings will definitely crump up. So it will take you into a vicious cycle. So it's a lot of times, I tell my clients that it is not only what you are eating right in your plate, how you're feeling when you're eating is equally important, right? So if you're not feeling well from within, and if you're stressed out, your gut is mind, and the gut is the strongest connection of the body. And if you're not feeling right, if you're stressed out, your gut is getting impacted. If your gut and the mind is disturbed, it is definitely showcasing. So even if you eat the right nutrients, still your mind is not calm. So you need to regulate your relationship with the food. You need to regulate your skin health. You have to focus on all these pillars of your health, I think, to eventually start feeling good, not about just looking good.
Absolutely. And I think when we talk about Gen Z today, we see PCOD and a lot of hormonal imbalances. What do you want to suggest the Gen Zs here?
Slow down.
Shelly, you've been using the Intimate Queen ceramide bra daily. I think we had a discussion about it. What does it do for you that your older bras did?
So, yeah, I would definitely love to talk about it because I have had first-hand experience of it. Like, see, when you are doing your workout, and after your workout, you are wearing your UGs, and that time your body is totally tired, fatigued. Your sensitive skin is already itchy, sweaty. You really want to feel good. Now, in my older bras, I used to feel sweaty. It used to leave marks on my body. It used to create rashes because my skin is soft after the workout. No, when I moved into the ceramide based Intimate Queen bras, it was a game changer. It is so soft. It is so breathable. I feel as if, I've given a skincare to my body. It is so good in the feel. And I feel it is not just about feeling good. It is also doing good to my skin. So I feel being a nutritionist and a triathlete, recovery is definitely important. And I feel wearing this bras is giving me a redefined version of recovery for my skin health. And I really enjoy wearing comfort with care.
How nice. That's such an honor coming from you, Shelly, that love the ceramide infused bra. So much. We have this ceramide bra in which ceramides have been infused, and it could actually moisturize your body and take care of your skin and skin wellness. So coming from you, definitely, it's an honor.
Definitely mean it. I've been wearing it from 2022 and I
Wow,
think it has been a game changer for me. Definitely.
amazing. You mentioned long hours of cycling cause sensitivity. How did the U3 hipsters change that for you?
Yeah, so the normal lingeries which you get, the panty lines are very, very full of elastic, and it has very irritating material. And when I am on the cycle for hours together, where I'm on the saddle, my body wants me to take rest, wants me to give it a comfort. And I think with the U3 panties, I feel the inseam, I'm huge fan of it. The inseam is so soft and it's a fabric. So that's the best part I love. It doesn't have an elastic in it. And my skin is already sensitive in that line because of a lot of chafing and soreness and everything because of long hours of workout and all. So when I get into the U3 hipsters, I feel so good. I feel as if, my body is telling me that, oh, it's giving me a hug, that finally you are giving me a sweet fruit, after doing a good workout, you're giving me a good hug. The best part is the fabric is so smooth, the inseam fabric, very, very smooth, and it's not at all rigid. And the overall fabric is very breathable. And I think I am a huge fan of sustainable goods. So these days, if you see, a lot of products in the market are full of chemical laden fabric and a lot of dyes. And so you actually do not understand, but you are giving exposure to huge chemicals on your skin. And you're not giving weightage to the products which are not seen. But I think if you give weightage and if you take utmost care of something which even if you're not able to see, that is where you're listening to your body. You're caring for your body. And I simply love that hipsters. I have recommended it to so many of my friends, especially ones who cycle for hours together. I just tell them that, okay, if you really care for yourself, then using U3 hipster, it's intelligent self-care.
Wow, that's amazing. I think Shelly, we did know this part about the cyclists. I think it's a great message and a great understanding for us because we create these products. For U3, I would say that it's a stitchless product. You won't see the stitch. And it's the first of its own kind in India. And U3 in itself is a medicinal plant. So it has its own healing down there, which is very important. But coming from you again means a lot, Shelly. And yeah, I hope all cyclists are listening to this. But I think all my team at Intimate Queen is going to be really happy listening to your testimonials. And of course, the viewers who are watching this, you are an inspiration. And I would really like to thank you for being here and being part of this podcast to make it more special. Having the Iron Women of India, an excellent thing. So, we are really grateful to have you here. Our viewers who are doing sports or running marathons, if they want to reach out to you or, come for a consultation or speak to you, is there any way that they can contact you?
Yeah, so if someone is, looking forward to hear more about triathlon, nutrition, recovery, they can reach out to me on my Instagram handle, Shelly Chauhan. And if someone wants to reach out to me for one-on-one consultation for nutrition, then they can reach out to me on Shivali and Shelly Nutrition Coach on Instagram. And I'll definitely look forward to stay in touch.
If this conversation resonates with you and you are thinking what touches your skin every day, head over to www.intimatequeen.com and explore what skin wellness really feels like. Thank you so much.
Welcome.